Graham Hancock, a British author trained in sociology, spent many years working as a journalist. Yet, his reputation today mostly comes from his controversial scientific ideas, which many critics see as conspiracy theories. From speculative claims about lost ancient civilizations, to suggestions of contact between early humans and beings from other worlds, Hancock's theories often challenge traditional historical perspectives. What makes his ideas so unusual that most mainstream scientists dismiss them as unscientific? In this video, we will take a closer look at 11 most astonishing conspiracy theories proposed by Graham Hancock. The global catastrophe. Around 12,800 years ago, a comet collided with Earth, triggering a devastating worldwide disaster. True to his style, Hancock explores this event in detail in his book Magicians of the Gods. He believes that the comet impact caused a massive cataclysm that wiped out advanced civilizations of that era and severely altered the planet's climate. His idea aligns with the Younger Dryas boundary impact hypothesis, which proposes that the sudden cooling period, known as the Younger Dryas, resulted from a comet or meteor impact. According to Hancock, this time marked a rapid return to icy conditions in the northern hemisphere after the last ice age had ended. The event caused major disruptions to ecosystems, wiping out many plant and animal species and greatly affecting early human societies. Hancock suggests that traces of this vanished civilization remain in several ancient sites across the globe, such as Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. This site, dating back to around 9600 BC, aligns with the end of the Younger Dryas and features advanced stone structures and intricate carvings. He believes this is proof that ancient knowledge was passed down through generations. Parts of his theory also draw from ancient legends and stories of great floods found in different cultures. Hancock argues that these flood myths could represent memories of real catastrophic events that led to the destruction of an early advanced civilization. Graham Hancock challenges mainstream views on the Egyptian pyramids, especially the Great Pyramid of Giza. While conventional archaeology dates it to around 2600 BC as Pharaoh Khufu's tomb, Hancock argues it is much older. He points to the pyramid's extraordinary precision. Its base is level within just 2.1 centimeters, and it aligns with true north to within 3/60ths of a degree, precision hard to achieve even now. The pyramid's dimensions encode mathematical and astronomical constants, like pi and, intriguingly, the speed of light in certain units, far beyond what ancient Egyptians supposedly knew. Hancock finds the pyramid's location critical. It sits at the exact center of Earth's landmasses, implying global knowledge the Egyptians shouldn't have had. He also disputes the tomb theory, since no mummy was found inside, and its structure differs from known tombs. Instead, he suggests it might have been a technological or spiritual device to alter consciousness. This fits Hancock's larger idea of a lost advanced civilization destroyed in the Younger Dryas catastrophe. He believes the pyramids were built by these survivors, and later Egyptians inherited and claimed them. If true, Hancock's theory means advanced technology existed thousands of years earlier than accepted, then was lost and partly recovered later. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming journeys. And if the pyramids conceal secrets from beyond our world, how might altered states and encounters with other intelligences have influenced the advancements in ancient technology and culture? Graham Hancock explores the idea of extraterrestrial influence on ancient civilizations, but not as physical alien visits. In his book Supernatural: Meetings with the Ancient Teachers of Mankind, he suggests contact happened through altered states of consciousness, often induced by psychoactive plants. He notes similar depictions of therianthropes, beings part human, part animal, in ancient art worldwide from cultures with no contact. Hancock believes these represent real encounters with non-human intelligences experienced by shamans during visions triggered by substances like ayahuasca or psilocybin mushrooms. This theory might explain sudden leaps in ancient technology and culture. Complex astronomy, advanced math, and architecture could stem from knowledge gained in these otherworldly states. Evidence includes widespread use of psychoactive plants in spiritual practices, from India's Soma to indigenous American medicines. Modern psychedelic research shows users often report meeting intelligent entities sharing insights. While mainstream science calls these hallucinations, Hancock argues they could be genuine contacts with non-human intelligences. If true, this idea reshapes understanding of human consciousness and ancient knowledge, suggesting primitive societies accessed advanced information beyond ordinary perception through altered states. Graham Hancock's ambitious theory, outlined in Fingerprints of the Gods, proposes that Antarctica once hosted an advanced civilization, possibly the legendary Atlantis. Unlike the frozen continent we know today, Hancock imagines Antarctica as a temperate land full of life and advanced people. He bases this on Earth's crustal displacement, where the planet's outer crust shifts over liquid layers beneath it, moving continents dramatically. Around 12,000 years ago, a catastrophic event caused Antarctica to shift from a warm location to the South Pole, freezing the continent quickly and burying its civilization in ice. Survivors fled elsewhere, spreading advanced knowledge to emerging cultures. Key evidence is the Piri Reis map, a 16th-century Ottoman map showing Antarctica's coastline without ice and geographical features confirmed only by modern technology in the 20th century. Hancock argues such maps were passed down from the lost Antarctic civilization, showing ancient peoples had detailed geographic knowledge unknown to modern explorers. This theory suggests civilization reached high development far earlier than mainstream history admits. The Antarctic culture likely mastered navigation, astronomy, and technology beyond current understanding. Hancock also links this idea to global flood myths. These stories might be shared memories of the catastrophic events that destroyed Antarctica and triggered worldwide climate change. Survivors became legendary teachers, spreading knowledge to the Egyptians, Mayans, and builders of megalithic structures worldwide. This explains the rapid rise of advanced civilizations across different regions simultaneously. Rather than separate inventions, these achievements likely stemmed from knowledge carried by survivors of Antarctica's lost civilization. Graham Hancock's research in Supernatural, Meetings with the Ancient Teachers of Mankind, explores ancient human encounters with non-human intelligences through prehistoric art. Cave paintings from Europe, Africa, and the Americas, created by cultures with no contact, consistently depict therianthropes, creatures part human, part animal. The repeated images suggest these beings were real encounters, not just myths. Hancock proposes that these encounters happened during altered states of consciousness brought on by psychoactive plants. Ancient cultures used substances like mushrooms and other natural psychedelics in spiritual rituals, altering perception deeply. Shamans reported meeting intelligent beings during these states, gaining knowledge and insights. Hancock argues these experiences were genuine contact with non-human intelligences existing beyond normal perception, not mere hallucinations. This could explain sudden advances in astronomy, math, and technology in early civilizations, as knowledge might have been received from these encounters. Modern studies on substances like DMT, psilocybin, and ayahuasca show consistent reports of meeting intelligent entities offering information. While mainstream science sees these as hallucinations, the global consistency suggests a more complex reality. Hancock also believes psychoactive plants influenced human consciousness evolution. They may have boosted intelligence and creativity, shaping what makes humans unique. This theory challenges our understanding of consciousness and reality. It implies that ordinary waking awareness reveals only a small part of what human consciousness can access, opening doors to other dimensions or realms through altered states. Graham Hancock offers a bold reinterpretation of Atlantis, treating Plato's account as a historical truth rather than an allegory. Plato described Atlantis as an advanced maritime civilization that existed about 11,600 years ago, coinciding with the end of the last ice age and Hancock's Younger Dryas Cataclysm theory. Plato said Atlantis was destroyed suddenly by earthquakes and floods, sinking beneath the ocean. Most scholars see this as a myth warning against hubris, but Hancock views it as a real catastrophe. He places Atlantis in Antarctica, linking it to his Earth crustal displacement theory. The continent shifted from a temperate zone to the pole, burying Atlantis under miles of ice instead of it sinking underwater. Hancock cites the Piri Reis map and other ancient maps showing Antarctica's ice-free coastlines, suggesting this knowledge came from the lost Antarctica civilization. Survivors scattered worldwide and became culture bringers, sharing advanced astronomy, math, and engineering with emerging civilizations. This theory explains why advanced societies appeared suddenly across the globe, sharing similar knowledge and myths. Hancock identifies these survivors as the Anunnaki in Mesopotamia, the Neteru in Egypt, Viracocha in South America, and other culture heroes. They were remembered as gods for their advanced skills. He connects Atlantis to global flood myths, which may be collective memories of the disaster. The widespread similarity of these stories supports a shared historical event, not just legend. If Hancock's theory is correct, human history is cyclical, marked by repeated rises and falls of advanced civilizations. Knowledge and technology were developed, lost, and rediscovered multiple times. This challenges mainstream views of steady progress, suggesting we are recovering ancient capabilities rather than only advancing linearly. Which of Hancock's theories blew your mind the most? Drop a comment and share your thoughts. Graham Hancock's investigation into biblical mysteries leads him to the Ark of the Covenant, a legendary gold-plated chest said to house the Ten Commandments. The Ark was the most sacred object in ancient Judaism, kept in Solomon's temple in Jerusalem. When the Babylonians destroyed the temple in 587 BC, the Ark vanished from history. Most scholars believe it was destroyed or hidden in Jerusalem, never to be found. Hancock's research suggests otherwise. The Ark was secretly moved to Ethiopia before the Babylonian invasion. His conclusion is based on Ethiopian Christian traditions and historical texts, which claim the Ark was taken to Axum in northern Ethiopia over 2,500 years ago. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church says the Ark now rests in the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion, guarded by a monk who never leaves, and is the only person allowed to see it. Hancock's theory goes beyond location. He proposes that the Ark was an ancient technological device, possibly an electrical capacitor, storing and discharging energy. The Bible describes it as made of acacia wood covered in gold, with golden cherubim on top, similar to a capacitor's design, with gold conductors and wood insulation. Biblical accounts detail the dangerous effects of touching the Ark improperly, like the death of Uzzah. Hancock argues these were electrical shocks, not divine punishments. Rituals for handling the Ark may have been safety measures for this powerful device. If true, this means the ancient Israelites had advanced technology, possibly inherited or received from earlier civilizations, linking to Hancock's larger theory of lost ancient knowledge spread across cultures like Egypt and Mesopotamia. The Ark's existence in Ethiopia could be a major archaeological discovery. Yet, as the Ethiopian Church forbids outside examination, Hancock's theory remains unverifiable. Graham Hancock's sacred geometry theory reveals that ancient civilizations had advanced mathematical and geometric knowledge that mainstream archaeology finds hard to explain. Sacred geometry is based on the idea that certain shapes and proportions hold spiritual or cosmic significance. These forms recur throughout nature, like the spiral of a nautilus shell or the hexagonal pattern of snowflakes, suggesting fundamental universal principles. Hancock argues that ancient people recognized these patterns and embedded them in important structures and art. The precision of these geometric relationships in monuments worldwide shows knowledge far beyond what is usually attributed to prehistoric cultures. Examples include the Great Pyramid of Giza, whose perimeter-to-height ratio encodes pi and reflects Earth's polar radius. Stonehenge shows a deep understanding of astronomical cycles, while the Temple of Luxor aligns with human body proportions. Hancock's theory goes further, proposing that these geometric forms were designed to affect human consciousness. Ancient builders might have known that certain shapes and ratios could induce altered states, enhance meditation, or aid spiritual rituals. Modern studies support this, showing that geometry and architectural spaces influence mood, perception, and brainwave patterns. Thus, ancient temples may have been intentionally crafted as consciousness-altering devices. Hancock links this knowledge to a lost advanced civilization before the Younger Dryas catastrophe. Survivors passed on their sacred geometry wisdom to later cultures, explaining similar geometric patterns across civilizations with no apparent contact. The precision needed to build these monuments implies advanced engineering, suggesting ancient technologies beyond those recognized by mainstream archaeology. If true, Hancock's theory implies our ancestors possessed sophisticated skills in mathematics, astronomy, and consciousness, knowledge lost over time and only now being rediscovered by modern science. Graham Hancock, working with Robert Bauval, challenges the conventional dating of the Great Sphinx of Giza. While mainstream archaeology attributes its construction to Pharaoh Khafre around 2500 BC, Hancock argues the Sphinx is much older, around 12,500 years old. His theory is based on the precession of the equinoxes, a slow wobble in Earth's rotation that shifts star positions over roughly 26,000 years. The Sphinx faces due east, toward the sunrise at the equinox, and has the body of a lion. Hancock links this to the constellation Leo, which would have risen at the spring equinox about 12,500 years ago during the age of Leo. Using astronomical software, Hancock found this alignment matches the end of the last ice age and the Younger Dryas period, central to his other theories. He suggests the Sphinx was built as an astronomical marker to commemorate the age of Leo, its lion form symbolizing this cosmic connection. If true, the Sphinx predates ancient Egyptian civilization by thousands of years, implying an advanced culture capable of monumental stonework existed in the Nile Valley, long before the pharaohs and pyramids. Hancock ties the Sphinx to a lost civilization destroyed in the Younger Dryas Cataclysm, making it a surviving monument from that era. Building such a precise astronomical marker required sophisticated knowledge of precession, something not officially recognized until modern times, showing advanced astronomy and mathematics far beyond what is credited to ancient cultures of that time.
Hancock also thinks the Sphinx served as a time capsule, encoding knowledge about this lost civilization in its orientation, proportions and symbolism, waiting for a future culture to decode its secrets. The lion's body connects deeply with ancient Egyptian symbolism, where lions represented the sun god Ra, and divine power, linking the monument's earthly form to cosmic cycles. If proven, this theory would transform our understanding of human history, revealing that advanced knowledge and monumental architecture existed thousands of years earlier and were preserved through catastrophic events during the Ice Age. Subscribe now to join us on more adventures into the mysteries that rewrite human history. Don't miss out on the next big discovery.
Graham Hancock expands on his astronomical dating of the Sphinx with the Sphinx erosion theory, which examines the monument's weathering patterns. The enclosure walls show distinct vertical and horizontal erosion consistent with prolonged heavy rainfall, not the wind and sand erosion expected in today's Sahara. The Sahara has been dry for thousands of years, and such heavy rainfall last occurred during the African humid period, between about 10,000 and 12,000 years ago. This timing matches Hancock's dating of the Sphinx to the age of Leo, suggesting the monument is much older than mainstream archaeology claims. Hancock collaborated with geologist Robert Skoke, who confirmed that the erosion results from water, implying the Sphinx was carved when the region was wetter and greener, not desert. This pushes back the construction of advanced stone monuments in Egypt by thousands of years. This raises major questions. Who had the skill and technology to carve such a massive, precise monument from solid bedrock during what is traditionally seen as the Stone Age? The scale, precision, and astronomical alignments hint at a civilization far more advanced than thought possible 12,000 years ago. Hancock ties this evidence to his theory of a lost advanced civilization destroyed by the global catastrophe at the end of the last ice age. The Sphinx stands as a testament to this forgotten chapter of human history. The erosion also connects to Hancock's climate catastrophe theories. The shift from a wet Sahara to a desert might relate to the Younger Dryas event which shaped global climate and civilizations. What makes this theory compelling is its basis in observable geological evidence, not just speculation. The erosion patterns are visible and measurable. Mainstream Egyptology resists this idea, but if the Sphinx is truly 12,000 years old, it demands a radical rethink of human history and ancient Egyptian civilization. Graham Hancock's most fascinating theory is the Hall of Records, a legendary ancient library he believes lies hidden beneath the Great Sphinx of Giza. This idea blends archaeology, mythology, and the hope that humanity's secrets await discovery underground. The Hall of Records concept originated with Edgar Cayce, a famous American psychic, who claimed to have visions of an underground library preserving the complete history and knowledge of the lost civilization of Atlantis. According to Cayce, this treasure of wisdom was hidden near the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx. Hancock, building on Cayce's vision, used research to locate the Hall of Records beneath the Sphinx. Seismic surveys have detected underground cavities that suggest unexplored chambers or passages exist under the monument. Ground-penetrating radar and other technologies reveal a network of artificial chambers beneath the plateau. Local folklore and ancient writings also describe secret rooms below the Giza monuments. While not scientific proof, these consistent stories hint at real hidden spaces. Hancock connects the Hall's creators to survivors of the Antarctic catastrophe, the same lost civilization linked to ancient Egypt. They supposedly built this repository to preserve advanced knowledge for future generations. The Hall of Records could contain revolutionary information, the lost civilization's history, science, technology, spiritual wisdom, advanced energy systems, consciousness technologies, astronomy, and possibly contact with non-human intelligences. Finding this archive would transform human understanding, explaining ancient knowledge's sudden rise, and potentially offering solutions to modern problems through recovered wisdom. However, Egyptian authorities have resisted full excavation under the Sphinx, citing preservation and controversy. Political and academic resistance keep the Hall of Records out of reach. Hancock warns that this reluctance is short-sighted. If the Hall exists, humanity misses a chance to reclaim lost knowledge that might help solve today's global challenges, inherited from an advanced civilization lost to history. Graham Hancock's theories challenge our understanding of human history by linking ancient mysteries into a compelling narrative. He connects the global cataclysm that ended the last ice age, advanced knowledge hidden in monuments, widespread flood myths, and sophisticated astronomical alignments to suggest a lost chapter of human civilization. Mainstream academia often resists these ideas because they challenge long-held assumptions. Yet science advances by questioning established beliefs. Recent discoveries, like Göbekli Tepe, older and more advanced than previously thought, or impact markers from the Younger Dryas period, support parts of Hancock's claims and show that our past is more complex than we know. Hancock pushes us to keep an open mind about human potential. If ancient advanced civilizations existed, and knowledge was lost over time, human consciousness and abilities might be far greater than assumed. His ideas about altered states, consciousness, and contact with non-human intelligences align with modern research into the mind and reality. Regardless of whether you accept Hancock's specific theories, his work inspires curiosity and reminds us that major mysteries remain unsolved. Human history may be far stranger and more magnificent than taught, with answers hidden in ancient monuments, geological records, and perhaps secret chambers beneath the sands of Egypt. The key question is whether we dare to explore these mysteries, even if they challenge everything we believe about ourselves. As new technologies and discoveries emerge, Hancock's ideas might prove ahead of their time, or reveal an even stranger reality. The journey toward understanding continues, with ancient mysteries still compelling us to seek answers. Which of Hancock's theories challenges your view of history the most?
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.